What's up, everybody? We back with Catching Up with Coach. Here with my man, Coach Carlos LeBron. Tell us about Carlos, man. Let the people know.
Hey, how you doing? First of all, thank you for having me. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you. I am a former U.S. Army veteran, 4 years. I work with special education at Richland High School. I am also the head basketball coach at Richland High School for the boys. One of my passions is to use basketball to help enrich our youth, to use basketball as a vehicle to get further their education.
Exactly.
So that to me is important because winning, the day that I die and leave this earth and I say, well, I have so many wins, that is fruitless.
That's
But
right.
the day that I say it, I got young men that for the first time, they went to college through basketball, through this, then listen, I'm a happy man.
Exactly.
That's all what it's all about.
That's awesome stuff, man. Appreciate you, bro.
No problem. Appreciate you too.
So when it comes down to team building, man, what is the hardest part about that? Is it poverty? Is it just parents? Is it the school?
It's a little bit of both. It's got a little bit of both. But, one of the things that when you come to me, we're a family. You don't have to like each other, but we're a family.
That's right.
I don't care if you're black, you're brown, yellow, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you're a human being.
That's
and
right.
One of the things is we stress them is communication. You got to communicate. I can't help you if you don't talk to me.
That's right.
And one of the things we teach, and my assistant coach, Dave Gonzalez, who I love to death, been with the program for 20 years.
Wow.
And we sit there and listen. When we talk to you, you look at us in the eye. That's what men do. You get the kids with their heads down. It's teaching those basic stuff. I had chances to go to other schools and I prayed for this. And I say, Lord, where do you want me at? And
that's right.
Before I even came back on staff, because I used to be back in the staff with Oscar Williams was the head coach at Bristol. And I almost retired from basketball. And, my wife told me, you know what, you're too passionate about this. And she says, I pray to God, and God put me there, right at Bristol, just boom. And you know what, Lord, you put me here for a reason. Guess what? I'm going to do my job. Am I going to make everybody happy? No. But, there's some parents, you can't make everybody happy. That's why this program is not for everybody.
That's right.
I teach accountability. I don't have rules. I have standards. And then with rules, that means they're my rules.
Yeah.
With standards, the standard that myself, my staff, and all my players got to live by.
That's awesome.
And, that's going to class on time. I check what people don't see from the outside. They think it's just the X's and O's. I send a teacher an email for all my players from varsity to freshman. I want to know when they're doing good, when they're doing bad, if they're being disrespectful. If we've been disrespectful, we got to be accountable for this.
That's right.
And, because when this is all said and done, if you're lucky enough to go play college ball or anything like this, is how you react, what you become when you leave high school, when you become an adult. And that's the problem we're having nowadays is that, nobody's accountable.
That's right.
And, I'm accountable when I make a mistake. I'm the first one. Hey, listen, we had a game one time, and I'll tell you this. And I was so upset with them that I said, you know what, I'm not going to say nothing to you today, but I forgot to break the team down. And one of my team leaders said, hey, Coach, man, you ain't even break it down. And I said, you know what, my fault. You're right. I went in there, we broke it down. But you know what? But I also put my accountability for it.
That's right.
And that's one of the things that we try to teach them. It's life lessons. This is not about X's and O's. It's life lessons. Because if you can handle the pressure on a basketball court, that's a game. So when you get to life, and I'm going to tell you, because I'm a product of Bristol High School. I graduated in 1987. And after I graduated, I went straight to the military. And, man, those drill sergeants would drop me and say, hey, give me 20. I would give them 30. You know why? Because my coaches had me in here and my teachers. Guess what? You go out there and you be strong and be accountable.
That's right.
So that's what I'm trying to do for these guys. Today I just did a video for one of my former players who turns 30 years old. They wanted me to do a video for him of something funny they had. But this kid came from a single family. He's an engineer.
Wow.
Years ago. And this is what I want. My biggest reward is having these kids come back as young, productive young men with their family. If we could change the trajectory of their families, hey, we got a plus.
That's right.
So
that's the truth, man. And how can we get our young men, the black and brown, man, to be motivated for greatness? It's just like the Michael Jordan and the Last Dance
Yes.
documentary that was on. You take somebody like a Dennis Rodman or a Draymond Green, those type of guys where it has to be about not necessarily athleticism, but that pure effort, willing to go the extra mile,
Mm-hmm.
job done. So how do we keep them from just wanting to scratch the surface and not fulfilling their full potential?
First of all, it's education. Listen, you got to get educated. It's so sad that as a black and brown community, we just don't take it. Some of us don't take it serious enough.
That's right.
Um, I always say you're a student athlete, and the word student comes first because that's what it is. You're a
Exactly.
student. Because down the line, even Michael Jordan has businesses down North Carolina that he got car dealers, everything. He's a businessman.
That's right.
You know, he's got enterprises all over the place. Um, it's being a student athlete first. And I got guys that are smart, and I say, listen, why don't you push yourself outside of the box? Well, coach, what's that? I said that, you know, if this is too easy, ask that teacher to push you so harder.
That's right.
You know, because that's how you're going to get better. That's how you're going to get better. And I always tell them, listen, when you get done this, it's a very competitive world out there.
Yeah, it is.
And you got to know how to fight adversity. You're going to listen. I have applied for coaching jobs and it ain't got my way. That didn't mean, hey, I'm going to sit there. It's the end of the world. No, you got to learn how to handle adversity. And I think through education is the key. Without that, listen, it's sad. I always tell our kids, you have to be educated. You cannot play basketball in college. And the guy that I was telling you earlier, I did a team set yesterday for my players, and I had a guest speaker, former college coach, and he's an analyst for ESPN on the West Coast for college basketball. And one of the things he said, you could be 2.5 average student and be a superstar.
Uh-huh.
And you got a decent athlete over here with a 3.5. Guess who you think the coach is going to take?
That's right.
Like he told my guys last night, he said, hey, our jobs are on the line. I got to find the best fit to fit our guys. So what we do at Bristol is what we're trying to do is that we're trying to put them through the ringer. And I'll give you a good example. This year, I played with sophomores. And listen, they had to take the training wheels off. And they fought, never quit. Because that's this county's mentality. We don't quit.
That's right.
You know, it's Millville, Vineland, doesn't matter, Bristol, we don't quit. And you know what? I got to give my guys credit for that. And little by little, it's coming along, you know, where we're helping them. And I always tell one thing is very important. I say this to all the young men. Don't give nobody more ammunition. We are stereotyped as black and brown men like
Yep.
crazy. Every time you walk around with your pants halfway down you're behind, or you're walking, you're cursing. Listen, it doesn't make you look educated when you curse.
That's right.
I was told, I had this one player years ago. I was the head coach at Cumberland County College. We're going to Springfield, Massachusetts. And he rode with me, you know. It was a great bonding moment with me and this player. He goes, Coach, I want to be a cop. I said, then be it.
Mm-hmm.
My family, they got warrants. I said, that's vested interest. You're not going to deal with that.
That's
You
right.
follow what you do. And listen, this kid's successful today.
That's awesome.
But I always told him, I like to wear a hood. I like to wear a cap. But there's a stage for it.
Yep.
You know, that's why I wear a shirt and tie when I go to games, or a polo shirt, because that's business.
Exactly.
You know, there's a time to wear, you know, jeans or whatever when you're hanging with your friends, but you know, you gotta look professional. We get stereotyped enough.
That's
Don't
right.
give more ammunition. And that's, to me, it's key.
That's the
It's
truth.
key.
That's the truth, man. And with that, with black and brown, man, how can we make the relationship better? You know, like to understand that we're kind of like in the same boat, so to speak, of like you said, being stereotyped and put
Yeah.
behind the curve. You know, how can we better unite?
I really believe that this is God honest truth, because I mean, this hurts. You know, you being a leader yourself, when you see same people fighting each other, it is painful.
Yes.
It is painful. A lot of, you know, I know when I see our kids at the high school and they fight, I told one of the kids, listen, you guys are brothers. We're not.
Yep.
I was like, come on, man. So why did we unite when another ethnic culture come at you, but when against each other, we're always going at each other's throats?
That's the
It's
truth.
sad. And it's sad. And I really believe one of the ways we could do this is all us as leaders in the county, the community, get together. I don't care how small, how big, you know, what religion or whatever, get together. What can we do to save our kids?
That's right.
Come off the streets. There's not enough stuff for them to do.
That's
Before
right.
I became the head coach, I remember I wanted to use the gyms in the different schools for to keep the kids. I was not going to charge anything. I was going to have them sign waivers. And listen, they were not paying anybody extra because there was a custodians there. We didn't really need them. We brought our own equipment,
That's
and they
right.
would rather just leave the gym there closed and let the kids on the street. And that's a problem.
Exactly. Sure is.
And that's a problem because if somebody wants to take 10 kids out of the streets to go teach them basketball or in a field to go play football, listen, come on.
That's right.
We're not asking for nothing. You know, they charge. I'm telling you, sometimes it makes it impossible. But I really believe we got to put pressure on our politicians just to listen to us. But as
Right.
leaders, we all need to get together. It doesn't matter the color of your skin. Hey, let's get this county going.
That's right.
I'm tired of seeing kids, you know, on the news, so-and-so shot somebody, so-and-so's dead. It's too
That's
many
right.
of them. Or
Sure.
going to the hill over there and pushing to the county. It's too many.
That's right.
It's heartbreaking. People don't realize with us as coaches, you know, the kids sometimes get mad when you're hard on them. But when the end of the day is, you know, it hurts when you go home. And I know somebody, a good friend of mine, a long time ago, you can't save them all. And he's absolutely right. But I always say, if I could help plant the seed on some of these young men that it might not come out to fruition right now, but down the line, that he comes a coach. Thank you.
Yeah.
Listen, to me, it's like giving me $1 million check.
That's the truth.
To me, it's like giving me $1 million check.
Amen to that, man. Yeah, I love that, man. That's good, powerful stuff, man. And that's what people have to understand. We're in it, you know, because we have a passion, not just for the sport, but because of the kids. And that's one thing that people get confused is like, if I'm a coach, I have to wear that hat. And I think that's something that people don't understand, like getting kids used to dealing with authority. If my name is Coach Burks or Coach LeBron, then I have to coach.
Right.
So, you know, I can't be like a pushover. So people have to understand that we really have a love for these kids, man, and it's genuine.
Exactly. Listen, it couldn't be any other way. You know, Dave Gonzalez, this man's been doing that for 20 years, not get paid a dime.
Exactly.
Not get paid a dime. I wish I could, all the time, and you can ask him this, he'll tell me, yo, coach, you know I don't do it for the money. But for me, I wish I could grab here and pay him. Because the
Exactly.
work he does is priceless.
Yep.
But then you'll get people like, hey, coach is being a jerk. They got their favorites. No. Listen, one of my players, and you mentioned him in one of the posts the other day, his grandmother passed away. This is when he was a freshman. I first saw him in the gym. Don't hardly know him. I went and walked, and I saw him in the gym, like kind of his head. I said, hey, kid, what's going on? Started talking. You know, my grandma's sick. Grandma passed away days later. I took a personal day went down there. And listen, I do not go to funerals. I am not good at them.
Yeah.
That day I said, hey, stop being selfish. Be there for this kid. I went down to that funeral. I didn't know this lady from nothing. And just everything I heard from that mom, you know, everybody was talking about that lady, I knew, I saw it in this kid. And by me going down there, we built a bond. Am I easy on him? No, not by, he knows he's one of the ones that get chewed a lot, but it's because I wasn't doing the right thing.
That's right.
You know, I give you a good example. He's late to class. Oh, the teacher told me, I said, okay, I'll be right there. It was my lunch break. So I went into the classroom, sat in the back. When he walked in there and his eyes went like this, and I don't embarrass my players. You know, I said, let's go outside. I talked to him, I said, what's going on? I said, this is your education.
Yep.
Or if you're sleeping, and I said, there was a good guy. Every time I coach, I go down to Duke University, and one of the managers down there was Toby. Broke people sleep. Couldn't be further from the truth. You want to go put your head, you're going to be broke.
That's right.
You're going to be broke. And that's why I can't stress this enough, that education is the key.
That's the truth.
Education is the key. We got to break this bond of, you know, just poverty.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying we're going to get rich, but I'm going to tell you something. And, you know, another thing is support our leaders, support our coaches.
That's
we
right.
can go home, and I know this, and I saw it one time, and I appreciate you, brother, because you do this stuff in Millville. I remember I used to be the vice president of the Boston Basketball Association, BBA here, and I used to ask myself, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
And I went to the courts one day and watched the 6 and 7-year-olds play, and then I said, there's my answer.
Yeah.
Because it frustrates. It does.
It
but
does.
we're passionate about this. And it's a battle. It's a non-ending battle, but you know what? We can't save them all, but if we could save a handful of them, brother, we could change the trajectory of a family. That's like gold.
Yep, sure is.
That's like gold.
And that's the truth, man. So yeah, that's definitely a good testament of yours, man. I talked to that player, Bowman.
Mm-hmm.
He spoke so highly of you, man. So that's the thing that inspired me to really become a fan of yours. You know, when you see a young person, because young people are honest, they're gonna give
Right.
it to
Oh,
you
yeah.
straight. You know, so he had a good conversation about you, man. So you definitely make an impact.
Right. Listen, you got to get to know them. I can't put plays down or defensive sets if I don't know my player at that time.
That's right.
Our kids, we're in Millville, our kids go through a lot.
Yep, they sure
Tell our
do.
teachers before you start going crazy on this kid, find out his situation. If you don't live in town, or if you take one day, take a walk down there,
That's right.
get to know them. Listen, if you most of the people knew what our kids go through, you'll be heartbroken.
That's right.
You'll be heartbroken. I told like yesterday, one of the things in media outside of doing the work, stuff like that, I said this pandemic is real. And if one of you guys or family or somebody you know is going through financial, or let us know. Don't be quiet.
That's right.
Don't be too proud. Because we will get you the help.
That's the
We
truth.
will get you the help. We gotta be in all this together. Can't be just, oh, I'm only take care of mine. No, we gotta be in this together. Because if we don't do this, where are we gonna be at?
Exactly. That's the truth, man. So with all that being said, man, how can we fix the community as a whole? You know, like everything, man. Where do we start?
In the community, the first thing we gotta start doing is getting stuff for our kids to do.
Mhm.
You know, let's just stop putting all the bureaucracy, red tape for everything we're trying to do. And if you got guys who are volunteering to do this, just give them the support. I know I don't right now for next year, pending, after this pandemic, on Saturdays, I'm gonna throw free clinics before my practices
Awesome.
for the grade school kids. You know what I'm saying? I want to
Wow.
get these kids off the streets. I want them to have something to do. Sometimes you got a lot of single moms, single parents who are working. So
That's
what are
right.
the kids doing? So us as leaders, we got to step up to the game and say, hey, what can we do?
That's
Listen,
the,
it's been a dream of mine that I kind of talked over with the Millville coach, Coach Jones, kind of touched base with Russo and Hocker at Cumberland Regional. In the summertime, why don't we throw this is not Bristol, this is not Violent, this is the county where all the county coaches come together. And in 1 week, we'll throw a camp at Millville for
wow.
free. Then the other one, we'll do it at Bristol. I'll host it.
That's
Then one
big.
at Cumberland Regional, Vineland, where these kids could come. All of us as coaches, our assistants, we bring our players to help out our young kids,
Wow.
And that's been a goal of mine. And I'm not going to stop till I get that done. And trust me, I'll keep you in tabs of it because you're an AAU coach too. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? So we want as many people involved. It's a lot of work. Yes, it is a lot of work. And you know this by coaching and all this stuff. But you know what? Like I said, it's not just about coaching and winning. It's winning the game of life.
That's right.
And, like I said, we got to band together. Stop the bickering. Stop this fighting for little simple stuff. I always tell our kids, stop there because somebody deleted you from Snapchat or
Yeah.
that's simple, man. Come on.
That's
This
the
is
truth.
life.
Yep.
Let's celebrate each other, man.
Exactly.
Let's be proud. One of the things, and I'll tell you what with this is have pride where you're from. I said,
That's
my parents still live in Bristol. I live in Violent, and you know what? I walk around with this because you know what? I'm prideful.
that's right.
Wherever I go, I see somebody in Millville, right? Prideful, dude. That's you.
Exactly.
I represent my guys everywhere. And that's why I always tell them, when you're in this program, you represent yourself, this program, your family, and we don't embarrass that.
That's right.
We don't embarrass that. We do not. I'm really a stickler to that. And to give props to our guys, there was a school that called our school and said, hey, those guys, man, they just went out here and fought. And listen, we just lost an overtime game to a real good team with seniors, and I had sophomores. And that coach and that athletic director of our guys. And that's the kind of stuff we want to hear. I went straight to the principal and the athletic director, went to him, hey, look, this is what they're talking about our kids.
That's right.
Our kids, long time ago when I was at a school that's no longer around here, when I was headed to Bristol, one lady said, you're going to go with those kids? I said, those kids, I'm one of those kids.
That's right.
I said, they're the same kids as these kids here. Only thing they got, some problems.
Yep.
But they're kids. So
Powerful stuff, man. Appreciate you. Thanks
appreciate
for
you,
being
brother.
coach, man.
It's good. Thank you. Listen, and like I said, it's an honor and a privilege. And brother, listen, we're all in this together, man. We're all in this together. I'm very proud of what you do and this series of stuff you're doing. This is honorable, man. That's why that day in Millville, I'm telling Dave, because we really haven't met like that. I said, Dave, that day birthday, I had to go. And remember, my guys were warming up. I had to go shake your hand.
Yeah.
What you do for this community, this county, is priceless, man. Priceless. So God bless you, man, and thank you for having me. It's an honor.
Yep, likewise, man. Appreciate the encouragement. Stay strong.
Thank you, brother. You too.
All right, have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.